assumption.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike is live. You
Who's
guys,
Mike?
I can hear you guys. Okay. Everything's coming through. We are recording.
You can hear me? That's terrifying. I don't
Mike.
exist. Also a good question. Who is Mike? Where did Mike come from?
It's the Villains Talk Show.
Is it?
It actually is.
I don't believe you.
It truly is. Except my screen is
Weird.
off centered. How dare I? No. I need to move me over. Whatever. I don't care. I'll sit in the middle of the screen. Most people are listening to us anyway. Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show and Podcast. It's been 5 months. How is everybody? I am always joined with my esteemed other hosts, the other menage to my trois.
Nope.
No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it.
Nope.
Captain herself, as well as the elusive gentleman. Unfortunately, the greasy boy is asleep. He's had a long, long weekend. Maybe he'll join us if we call him out. Well, until then, it's just us. Hello.
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
All right.
Oh, a little louder.
Oh, what?
It's the elusive brother. We hear you.
Yeah, that's the elusive brother. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
What doesn't he know?
I mean, if it's beyond the turkey I just gave him, he probably doesn't know.
That's right.
Fair.
Happy Thanksgiving to all our listeners. And
In Canada, at least.
Oh, I mean, in America, if they're listening in November, I mean, there's no time limit. But speaking of our listeners, we've been gone for 5 months, but that does not mean that I don't notice things. Which is partly why we're having this episode today. We have had a great growth in listeners out there. People who are just listening to us now and never listened to a new show. Hello.
Hi.
We have I have the list in front of me. I don't have any names, but we have 23 new listeners. Holy Christ.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Hi.
Out of Ohio, Alberta, Saskatchewan, California, and then a bunch in Pennsylvania. So
Why Ohio? Why are there always so many people from Ohio?
they love us
if
out
you are
there.
from Ohio, please explain. It's not that we don't like you, but you're confusing me.
You know what? It's the one of the most populous states, and they just love us. I mean, how could you not?
Ohio?
We're cute.
Ohio's one of the most populous states?
Yeah?
What? Why?
You didn't know that?
No.
I think Ohio's like the fourth most populated state behind Florida, Texas, and California.
New York?
Nope, way more people than New York. Doesn't even match to Ohio. That I know for sure.
What?
Well, you got Cleveland. You've got Cincinnati. Almost forgot about Cincinnati. You got Columbus. You got I think that's it. Is there another big city? There is another big city in Ohio. Yeah, Ohio's a big place. Big place. But yeah, so
New York definitely has more people than Ohio. I literally just looked it up.
did you really?
Ohio's at 11 million and New York is at 20.
Oh wow. I wonder why Ohio's a swing state.
Not the city, the state.
Well, I could be wrong. It happens. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was more populated than that. I guess it makes sense because New York just has 10 million.
Let's see. California, Texas, Florida, New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio. It's 7th.
It's 7th. Okay, so it's one of the more populated states at least.
Yeah. Wyoming is the least.
Yeah, I've heard that. They have a really awesome welcome sign, though. You would think South Dakota would have less people. No offense to people in South Dakota, but, like, you got nukes.
South Dakota is 46. It's pretty far down.
it's close down there.
However, North Dakota is 47.
I was going to say, so it has less people.
Yeah.
I guess South Dakota has Mount Rushmore, so you have more reason to go to South Dakota.
South Dakota has 46,000 people. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong numbers. South Dakota has 909,000 people. That makes more sense. Still less than 1 million.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh. So, yeah. to cap that conversation, yeah, so we're back here. We're putting a new episode out because there's people out there who are now subscribed who've listened to all 117 episodes of the Villains Talk Show.
That's wild.
This is 118.
But yes, if you're from Ohio, please tell us how you heard about us because we're very curious, or at least I am.
But yeah, me too. Look, seriously, reach out to us. Anytime, anywhere on all the socials. I'm actually pretty active on there, so yeah. But considering, so I noticed that people were listening to all 100 episodes and then they'd stop, and I'm like, holy crap, people actually listen to our voices. I mean, I know the Elusive Gentleman and Captain here have voices like butter, but I talk a lot.
That is true. We really do.
So let's move into our topics today. If you're watching on Twitch, ignore the setup because I have not been keeping up with things. So it says The Next Generations, but the actual title of this episode is Who Are All You People? Because who are all you people? So what have we been doing for the last 5 months? Where have we been? What have we been doing? Well, I made another movie. Anyone who's been listening to the podcast which would be a lot of you actually now. That's an odd thing to say. All right, so as a lot of you have been listening to the podcast for a while, know that last year I made a movie. It was a little short film. It was only 7 minutes long. This one was a little bigger. We had a cast and crew of 27. The movie's 30 minutes long this time. And we're actually submitting it to a couple underground film festivals. But that's not all I did. I also filmed a documentary at the beginning of the summer, back in June. So yeah, I've been busy with film, pursuing the film life. I can talk a little bit about that once we go around the table. How have your guys' summer been? It's not like I haven't been there, but tell the audience.
We got a kitten. He's very cute. I was laid off from my job. Super fun. And I've been doing a ton of work around my house.
Can we go into the job thing just a little bit? Like, without any specifics, I wonder if we can talk about what happened with your position at your job.
They decided it was unnecessary. More or less.
Didn't they hire someone, though, first?
A year before. So, I was an EA, an education assistant at a smaller school. I worked with grade 9 for a year. Then I moved up and worked with grade 10 for a year, and I loved my kids. Stressful, exhausting, but wonderful. The former principal, they have principals for sort of like each grade group, so like elementary, middle school, and high school. So the former high school principal, who was the one who made the choice to move me from junior high to high school, at the same time she made the choice to do that, she also made the choice to hire an extra person to work with grade 10. So there were 2 of us working with the grade 10 class, even though every other grade in the school had 1 person. And yeah, a new principal came in and ran last year, and at the end of the year decided that they were going to get rid of someone, and it was going to be me. So, yeah. Super fun.
And then they decided to just get rid of your entire position.
Yep. And they decided to tell me that they chose who to get rid of based on seniority, which was not true.
Oh,
Because
good.
of the person who was hired a year after me, you know?
Well, it's a good thing they can't tell you the truth, because then you know they're liars.
It just, if you're gonna lie about something that the person you're talking to doesn't immediately know is a lie the second it comes out of your mouth?
But that's the best kind of lie.
Is it?
No, it really isn't. I'm really sorry that happened, but at the same time, I can't believe they just cut your position. They could have.
Yeah. So, like, someone else, like one person, neither of the 2 of us who were working with these grade 10 kids last year ended up going to grade 11 with them, but a different person was with them now. So, just one, though. But, yeah.
All right. I mean,
Very unfortunate.
very unfortunate, but you pretty much had a pretty nice summer then. Got to relax.
Yeah.
You and your husband went on vacation. That was nice.
That's true. We went to Ontario. I got to meet some long lost family. I think technically I'm the long lost family, but I got to meet them anyways. Yeah. It was fun. Wandered around Toronto. That was pretty cool.
I guess Toronto can be pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Let's move down the table to Mr. Gentleman. Tell us about your summer.
Mr. Gentleman. Wow,
Mr.
that's a lot of
Gentleman,
titles.
yeah.
Mr. Gentleman Elusive.
I mean, pretty uneventful.
Bullshit.
Move.
Don't even try to pull that one. Bullshit uneventful
Yeah.
summer.
Besides the move. But that was the summer.
Yeah. So why don't you let our audience know what was plaguing you over the summer? I use that word very poignantly, by the way.
Flagging me.
Yeah.
People suck.
No fucking
That's so true!
no fucking shit, eh? You want to be a
Yeah.
little more specific?
People really suck. Like giving you a month to move because they're jackasses.
And then not giving back your damage deposit?
I mean, yeah, that's a whole separate other argument. Because he's a cheapskate cocksucker, but I mean.
There we go.
So why didn't you tell us about this cheapskate cocksucker?
I mean, like all redheaded stepchildren, they don't deserve love.
We might have a redheaded listener, and they need to
I
know
just
they
hope they're
don't
not
deserve
A
love.
redheaded husband, but he is not a stepchild, so there's that.
Yeah, no, this one is. And he declares how often he hates his parents. and then they come over, and they're quite lovely people.
Oh, right? Holy fuck! How much he fucking shits on his family, and they're wonderful people.
Yep.
Holy fuck! I'm so glad someone else said it. So we know that this is a mutual person that me and Elusive both know. And I tried to warn him. Tried to warn everyone about this piece of shit. No.
Too funny.
No. There was a long month where the Elusive gentleman would text me about something that this piece of shit was doing. And all he could do is I'd scroll back up and be like, I told you like a week ago this would happen. And it happened 4 fucking times. This man-child is so predictable. I could predict his each action a week before it happened. And to a T.
My favorite part of the whole thing was still when I landed in Toronto on that vacation and reconnected my phone, took it off of airplane mode, to a text from this dude who I barely know, telling me that the Elusive Gentleman is a huge problem and needs, like, me to tell him to do things and, like, clean up after himself.
So funny.
Right?
Mm.
Like, a dude reasonably significantly older than me is suddenly texting me out of nowhere, despite barely knowing me, telling me that my friend is a problem and
Let's be
needs
very
to...
specific. He's only older than you in age.
That's true.
That's why his girlfriend and all of his friends are 21.
Is significantly younger than me. Yeah.
Because nobody of his own age group. No. Just no.
It's just so funny because, you know, people don't change, right? This guy did the same thing to me like a year and a half earlier. I tried to warn everybody. I even told the Elusive like a week before, like before he contacted Captain, I was like, this guy is going to contact your friends and is going to tell your friend, it's going to try to turn your friends against you. And fucking what does he do?
And he's such a
failed really hard
scumbag too, because he tells you to your face, like, you're such a good person and I like you, and then 2 days later you find out he's talking shit to all your friends.
Yep. So what I did, because I'm an awesome friend, is I recorded all of these conversations from Captain and Elusive and our friends and this piece of shit. And see, this piece of shit forgot that I actually have the contacts of all of his friends because we have the same friend group. So I just started sending it to everybody and said, hey, do you still talk to this piece of shit? Because you really shouldn't. And all of a sudden, I've started hanging out with people I haven't seen in years. Funny how that fucking works. So, moral of the story, people, never give up on your friends because you think they gave up on you. There might be just some piece of shit that got between you.
Yeah, 100%.
True.
But that being said, I before we get into the movies, I also have, like, because I've been dealing with an apartment too. Something else you should listen careful of listeners is me and my girlfriend we're trying to sublet her apartment, and we subletted it. Subletter goes in, finds water damage. Okay, and this was back at the start of September, and we got a health inspector in, and the entire wall is rotted actually. And so we've been spending the last 3 months getting this apartment ready to sublet. And I've been putting so much time and energy to it. And now I found out that it was all for nothing. Because the apartment is a piece of shit. So we've broken the lease. So rule of thumb, health inspectors are free. And they will come within a day of you emailing them, I found out. And I found out...
they take that stuff seriously.
I found out that it's actually common, especially in Canada and lots of the United States, to call a health inspector to go inspect an apartment or house before you move into it. So you don't get screwed like that.
That makes sense. Good idea.
I would have never thought about it, but
yeah, I wouldn't have either.
I'm going to do it every fucking time now. Because holy shit, I have a gray hair. I have a singular gray hair on my beard. That is from this fucking
lovely.
apartment.
You look beautiful with the gray hair.
It's one gray hair, and it's so fucking annoying.
You look distinguished.
Oh, no, I don't.
Fine, you look elderly. You like that better?
I look like a man-child. I look like I live in an apartment of a 19-year-old, but I'm like in my 30s.
Okay, that might be accurate.
So I know I'm self-aware. I know what I am.
We flooded our house today. That was fun.
Fuck.
It's okay. It turned out okay. It was only a brief flood.
Be brief flood.
Like the sink just over flooded, or
No. So, our house had a fridge that was just really small and awkward, and we hated it. So I was looking around and found one that someone was selling for a really good price, and we went and got it last weekend. And it
Nice.
had, it actually, it was a really good deal. Like, not super old. They were selling it for $200, and it's huge. And it's stainless steel, but it's scratched. And, it makes a funny sound, but they didn't realize that's just the ice maker that they never hooked up. Anyways,
So you have an ice maker. Nice.
we have an ice maker. Our fridge isn't technically in our kitchen, because our house is weird. It, mostly is. It looks more like it's in our kitchen now that we've got a different one, actually. But so there's no hookup for the ice maker, but my husband's a plumber, so he was gonna put that in today.
Oh,
And
I see where this
yeah.
is going.
the hookup for our laundry is right on the other side of the wall. It was super convenient. He went through, he made sure he knew which one was hot water, which one was cold water. He turned off the cold water. He cut the pipe. But what neither of us realized is that our house is weird and people messed up so many things in here over the decades. And for some reason, in the 1.5 feet between the two panels on the wall where we could see the pipes, they crossed. So he cut the wrong one. He cut the hot water, which was still on.
No, that's
So I had to race over to try to turn off the hot water, but it was stuck. It was a great time.
You know what's really funny about that? Because I didn't
What?
expect that, but that's even more funny. Because any plumber will tell you that you should always check the pipes, and the easiest and most surefire way to check which pipe is which is touch the pipe.
It won't always work in our house.
Oh, fair enough. Because
Yeah.
usually the hot water pipe is a hot pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but ours aren't always. Take some time because the water lines in our house are really long. Our water lines get filled with cold water, and then it takes a moment for them to clear out and fill up with hot water.
Well, it sounds like it's not as disastrous as when you found out that the sink led nowhere.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Mm.
One of the things I did over the summer was I changed out all the floor in the kitchen because we had linoleum in the, or not linoleum, we had laminate in the kitchen, which is just the worst thing to put in a kitchen.
Yeah.
So now we have linoleum in the kitchen, and we also had laminate in the laundry room until today. So I just got myself covered in glue, putting in some leftover linoleum in there, and we're gonna put some peel and stick tiles on the rest.
That's why you're covered in glue. I was gonna
Yeah.
you're using. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like fun times.
I mean, it'll look nice.
It
Our house
will.
looks pretty great. It's just been a lot of work.
I hear that. I
Yeah.
hear that. With
Yeah.
the apartment, it's been a ton of work.
Sometime soon you guys will all have to come over here, though, and see our house, because I'm really proud of everything I did to it, and it looks fantastic. I did the kitchen floors and the backsplash, and now I'm doing the laundry room floors, and I'd demolished and rebuilt a closet and moved a shed and built shelves in the shed, and yeah.
You did do a
And,
house walkthrough on the podcast like a year ago. We could do
Did
another
not.
one. Didn't we?
I did not. Nope.
No, we did at my house. That's right. I took him on a brief walk through my house. The 2 rooms in the apartment. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else anyone did over the summer? No?
We went
I mean, like I
camping.
mentioned, we got a kitten. He's pretty cute.
Void, that's right.
Yeah, little Boyd.
That's cool.
He's
Yeah,
wandering
no,
around making a mess behind me.
I've been wondering if I should get another cat, but I think like
Good. What did you say, Jeremy?
Hmm?
You said something?
It was our camping trip.
Yeah, that's true. We all went out to the woods together for a couple days. That was a lot of fun.
oh yeah, we did a group camping trip in the
Yeah.
rain where we built a tarp tent. It was the most
We built a
redneck looking.
circus
Oh,
tent.
it was a circus tent. That was the shit.
Don't undersell that thing. It was a masterpiece.
Oh, it was
Why
so
is my
funny.
brother calling me? I need a moment. My brother is calling me at midnight.
Well, close enough to it. All right. Well, I might as well talk about the two movies I did. First was a documentary. It should be coming out next year by Tellus, to all those viewers out there. What it essentially is there's a group called the Snow Angels, and they go into towns out in Alberta and Saskatchewan where there's no hospitals and no medical anything, and they fly elderly people and sick people to hospitals for free. And so I did that for 2 days. That was a 2-day documentary. I get to hold up my boom, be a boom guy. But that was just the doorway to this horror movie, which I can't wait till everyone sees. But
Honestly,
oh,
cool. All right.
you can almost hear what they're talking about.
Me?
No,
At least
Well,
once.
them.
Everyone's talking to their brothers.
Yes.
That's kind of funny, actually. Mine's gonna be here in a minute, so
Oh,
No, my brother's playing games. He's talking to somebody else online.
creepy.
I don't have a brother.
You are a brother.
I am a brother. That's true.
It's very true.
But yeah, I remember I think I talked about the haunted house last year. This Dr. Giggle's haunted house is what I worked through, and yeah, we put together another script. Bigger cast this time. We actually had like set designers and like we had everything for free. Like everyone volunteered their time. No one got paid. And we had
Wow.
a full cast. Yeah, I'm still blown
Wild.
away by that too. And like half these people worked on The Last of Us.
Wow.
Anyone out there who's listening, I'm sure you've seen The Last of Us or heard of it. Most of it was filmed in Calgary. It's actually how I got into it. If you, I met a guy named Brent who did special effects for it, and Gear was a producer on there, and she's the one who I met and did the documentary with, and she got me onto this set. And then there were set designers who worked on The Last of Us, and so like, and these are people that just donated their time just because they wanted to make a horror movie. And we got to drive out to this cabin literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. 5 hours south of Calgary. Middle of the fucking boons. And I got to kill more teenagers. It was great.
That's always fun.
Oh, dude.
It's fun.
I'll give a hint to everyone out there who's listening before they get to see a little sneak into the performance. One of the worst parts about being sound is you sit there and you have to adjust your levels. And like imagine it being 4:30 in the morning. You've just done a whole day of work. Literally a whole day. It's 4:30. It's one of the last shots of the night. and it's one of the death scenes where one of the girls runs out and killer comes out and grabs her and slits her throat and drags her back into the house. But as she does it, it is a blood-curdling scream. And of course, I got my boom. I got my boom fully extended, a whole 10 feet. I got my mic down. I'm out of the shot. She comes out, and I swear to God, I had it set to like negative 25 decibels because I knew it was going to be a scream, so I knew it'd be loud. Fucking still peaked. I still peaked. And my ears started to ring. And I was like, I had to do that shot 12 times. And not because they did it wrong, not because the shot wasn't good, because she kept peaking my fucking mic. And so I kept turning it down. And then just... And the way, if you ever listen to sound, when it peaks in your headphones, it's like a mix between a loud, sharp pop and then static. And it's as loud as possible. I had to sit there 12 fucking times turning down my goddamn audio system just so it wouldn't peak. And we finally got it. And I've seen the movie now. The scream is perfect. The scream is perfect.
Sounds like she's got quite the scream.
But my ears rang for 2 days after. It was...
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was painful. Like, I couldn't imagine being on like an actual horror set all the time. Like, I had headphones and earplugs in and it just killed me. It just killed me. But at the same time, yeah, girl had a set of pipes on her.
Impressive.
Fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically, unless anyone did anything else, that's basically how we all spent our summers. Last 5 months, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And now we've come back and, you know, Israel and Palestine are back at war.
Oh, is that why you were talking about that yesterday?
Oh, you didn't.
I wasn't. No, it's okay. Let's not.
That's fine. I have opinions.
It just came out of nowhere from my perspective.
Fair
enough. It was very strange.
I have opinions, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course you do. You have opinions about everything, and that's absolutely the kind of thing I would expect you to have an opinion about, even if you didn't have opinions about everything.
It's kind of why we have this talk show. Exactly. I have opinions on a lot of things. And the worst part is I am willing to share them, whether I have facts behind it or not.
You really are. And you're also willing to not listen to other people's facts.
Sometimes.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think the better word to go at the end of that sentence would have been well. You don't listen well.
Fair. I have selective hearing sometimes. That is definitely true.
And reading.
You know, I like to read between the lines.
Yeah.
There's no words there. Stop doing that.
Exactly.
Oh. What's the likeness? The likeness's favorite quote is "Force the foot of chance into the groin of the universe," right?
Yeah.
you gotta make it do what you want. Like a book. You can't read it the way everyone wants you to. Read it the way you want to read it. I think.
She'll say something.
Is that the first mate? My God! Captain's first mate has shown up.
My first mate, I guess.
No, I don't think that's the
Well,
first mate.
your husband's the shield maiden, so it makes sense your brother's the first mate.
Well, I would stage a mutiny, so...
That's fair.
You would, wouldn't you?
Desperate grab for power. If I thought that it was wrong, yeah.
Don't you mean
Alright.
you thought it was
There you go.
right?
No.
No, if the captain was wrong,
Oh, Captain. Okay, that makes more sense.
yeah. Yeah. I'd also insist on a big hat with a really big feather.
Fair.
That's who I base my leadership on. The bigger the hat, the more powerful the leader.
Oh, don't forget the big feather. The big hat just starts it. The big feather really drives it home.
Yeah.
Yeah. The big feather, very important. Good for tickling after hours, too.
Oh boy. There's things I don't want to hear come out of my brother's mouth.
I'm sure there's a lot more that you don't want to hear coming out of your brother's mouth.
Yes.
No
Yes.
comment.
Oh,
I mean,
no need to
Ian-
comment. This is why we have an audience.
The boy and the elusive gentleman's brother have all planned a giant orgy together, so
I
Yeah, I
mean,
walked into that one.
you won't walk into that one. You kind of slide into that one.
I kind of already walked into that one, realized what was going on, and kind of migrated.
yeah, no, he means literally he walked into it. It was unfortunate. I made the mistake of putting them all in the same house at the same time, and then the elusive gentleman came home, and it was terrifying.
Well, that was fine. That was fine. It's only good if it's in a shed. So if houses
Where
are fine.
was I for all this?
That was the day that you were grumpy, and the elusive brother said, "You can come over tonight," and it was a Sunday, and you said no. The rest of us still went.
When was? Yeah, okay.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Something like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
New Year's.
Oh, Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Beginning of September. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you now. Yeah.
Did you go somewhere to get a beer before I went home? I feel.
Oh, I had a bad night. I guess I could talk about it now, actually. I had found out one of my best friends had been murdered. And brutally, actually. Up in Edmonton. And a bunch, and his uncle is a rather esteemed member of a very well-known group of people that are motorcycle enthusiasts. And they basically asked me and another friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, to go on a ride up to a little town just north of Edmonton. And I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go. I should have been there, and I bailed. And it was a good thing I did, because I don't think I would have liked to have been there, but I bailed. And it was a good thing I did. So yeah, that was that night. Yeah. Anyway, with that, I think that's a good episode. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to throw in. No, silence across the board. Did I mic drop? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I got turkey in front of me. My mouth's semi half full.
I see. Excuses. It's fine. That being said, with Captain's brother there and the elusive gentleman eating turkey, I will leave you all off. Thank you all again for listening. I mean, we all know you guys have better things to do with your lives, but for some reason, like, over 100 of you listen to us. So thank you. you can actually like take heart that this episode is for you, because like we were looking at the stats and we're like, holy fuck, people are still listening to us. So like, you know, if you're listening there and like, this is my this is because of me, it's like, yeah, no, you're damn right. We just don't know your name, so sorry. But if you tell us your name, we could say it next time. Fuck. That being said, we're sorry you had nothing better to do, but we're always happy to entertain you here. I am C4, along with Captain, the first mate apparently, the elusive gentleman and his brother, all in the background. And Greasy Boy's here too. He loves you. He's just in the dream realm. And to that, I bid you all adieu.
Goodbye.
Yeah.